Pinipeace namin yung sarili namin na baka daan. Ayun, buti ka na madalas. Kita siya natin.
Hey Tipiters! Welcome to another episode of Vince and Yosh.
In this episode, we're gonna talk about one of the best destinations we have visited this year so far.
Kazakhstan!
We were there to attend the 2-day vlogging forum in Astana, but of course we stayed for 10 days and we were able to explore other parts of the country. So this is the second Kazakhstan video that we are uploading because we really think that Kazakhstan needs more love and attention. So, ayun. In the previous video, we shared with you the top things to do in South Kazakhstan. But in this episode, we're gonna focus on the nitty-gritty of traveling to Kazakhstan. So, we're giving you practical tips on how to travel to Kazakhstan, especially if you're coming from the Philippines or Southeast Asia.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's begin.
Umpisa natin.
But wait!
Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button and clicking the bell icon for instant notifications para sa aming mga future uploads.
Yes! So let's do it!
Tara!
Number 1, visa! So because Kazakhstan isn't one of the most popular destinations in the world, there's little information about Kazakhstan visa. So may mga nationalities that can visit Kazakhstan visa-free, merong visa on arrival, ganyan. But for Filipino tourists, no need for a visa. Number 2, migration card. So when you arrive in Kazakhstan, you will be given a migration card. So it looks like this. And you need to fill it out. And konti lang naman yung information that you need to provide. Pero, this is very important kasi you shouldn't lose this. The problem that we had is, kasi we were traveling with people of various nationalities. So, yung kasabay namin halos is a Canadian, an Indian, and kami, Filipinos. And parang sobrang tentative nung rules kasi iba-iba siya depende kung visa free ka or ganyan. So for example, so yung kasama namin, si Daniel, Canadian, his card was stamped twice. So may 2 stamps. And then his card was given back to him. And he was asked to present the card upon exit.
Kritika, Indian, binalik sa kanya pero walang stamp.
Walang stamp. And yung
sa amin
weird.
Ang weird naman, sa amin dalawa from the Philippines, hindi binalik. Kinuha siya ng immigration officer.
It made us nervous a little bit kasi sa back of the card may reminder that foreign citizens must keep this migration card and return it upon departure from the Republic of Kazakhstan. So, if kinuha ng immigration officer yung card namin, we were a little bit worried na baka hanapin sa amin upon exit, tapos wala kami mabigay. Tapos pag sinabi namin na hindi naman po binalik sa amin, parang complicate. Basta parang ang hirap mag-defend, di ba? Actually, even kami, hindi kami ganun ka-familiar kung ano yung mga rules. So, kaya namin sinasabi parate na mas okay na meron kang travel agency. Kasi para sila na yung magsasabi sa'yo.
Sila yung mag-ayos and mag-inform sa inyo.
Yes, kasi may another layer pa ulit. So, sa back ng migration card, meron kayong makikita na, ayan, makikita nyo sa screen yung words. Pero basahin ko na rin. Foreign citizens must register with the local migration police office within 5 days upon arrival in Kazakhstan. Violation of terms of stay will entail administrative liability under the civil law. Upon arrival sa Kazakhstan, dapat within the first 5 days, magpunta sa local migration police office. Ang tawag nila doon is OVIR, O-V-I-R, and mag-register. Pero even the rules are a little bit vague. Kasi kunyari kami, according to our agency, which is why you should get an agency, is pwede siyang gawin online. So, yung agency na yung nag-register sa amin, we didn't need to go to a migration office. Yun. Pero, online, marami kaming stories na nababasa na kailangan talaga nilang pumunta kasi sometimes merong 2 stamps, iba yung ibig sabihin niya dun sa 1 stamp lang, tapos iba dun sa walang stamp. So hindi namin alam kung ano yung mga differences ng mga yan, pero hindi na namin kailangang alamin kasi meron kaming travel agency.
Yes. Ayun guys, if you're planning to visit talaga Kazakhstan and nakakuha kayo ng agency, make sure na ask them na kung okay na ba yung registration ninyo sa country. Just to verify kung okay na lahat kasi iwasan natin yung problems.
Number 3, flights. So the two main airports in Kazakhstan are in Astana and in Almaty. If you're coming from other parts of the globe, most flights papunta ng Astana or Almaty. Pero kunyari, in the Philippines, there are no direct flights. So in Southeast Asia, meron lang direct flights, I think, from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur and Bangkok. And then yung iba pang malapit is I think Hong Kong and Seoul. So, yes, Incheon. So kami,
ang naging connecting flight namin is Incheon sa may Seoul, Korea.
we flew with Asiana Airline from Manila to Incheon.
And then Air Astana naman kami from Incheon to Almaty.
Yes, kung wala kayong mahanap na direct flights, as much as possible, yung two legs nung journey nyo ay either operated by one airline or two airlines with an interline agreement. So ano yung interline? Like may code sharing agreement. Meaning, if i-check-in nyo yung bag nyo from your origin, like in our case, sa Manila, check-in namin yung bags namin. Tapos may connecting kami sa Seoul. Tapos lilipad papuntang Astana from Seoul. Hindi na namin kinailangan lumabas ng airport para pick upin yung bags sa Seoul.
Tapos i-check-in namin siya ulit. Hindi na namin kailangan lumabas ng immigration para lang kuhanin yung bags and then check-in ulit. Hindi na namin kailangan mag-apply ng visa.
And make sure na meron lang one connecting flight. One lang. Kasi if there are two stops, kahit na same country, you might need a visa dun sa country kung saan kayo magsa-stop. So just make sure. Kung meron talagang stop and walang interline agreement yung airlines, make sure na meron kayong visa. And that you have enough time to apply for one.
Yes.
Ganon.
Number 4.
Decide where to go and research. Yan. Why? Because Kazakhstan is a big country.
Laki. Super laki.
So bawat corner ng Kazakhstan, iba yung makikita. So for example, nung nandun kami, mainit sa Turkistan, pero sa Astana malamig. So, it's important na mag-research kayo, alamin nyo kung yung specifically saan kayo pupunta, tapos alamin nyo yung mga dapat gawin doon.
Para maplano nyo kung ano bang mga dadalhin ninyo.
Ano isusuot?
Ano yung maisusuot? Kailangan nyo ba ng sunscreen? Kailangan nyo ba ng light clothes lang? O kailangan nyo magdala ng pareho?
Basically, even if you're flying at the same time of the year, a traveler na papunta ng Astana, ibang-iba yung dapat madala niya sa someone na papunta ng Almaty or papunta ng Turkistan. Ibang yun. Kasi Kazakhstan is the 9th largest country in the world by land area.
Yes.
So, isipin nyo yun. Ang laki ng Kazakhstan. In fact, dun sa pinuntahan natin, yung South Kazakhstan, within South Kazakhstan lang, iba-iba na eh. Malamig yung first 2 days natin nung nasa, Aksu-Zhabagly. Pero ang init sa Turkistan. Yun. Number 5. Best time to go. Yun. So, the best time to visit, of course, depende yan sa kung saang part ng Kazakhstan kayo pupunta. So generally, yung early summer months and yung months leading to summer and yung months leading to autumn, I think, yun yung best. Basta yung around summer pero hindi yung summer na summer.
Hindi yung peak.
Kasi, pero again, depende kung saan kayo pupunta. Kasi ito nga yung problema eh. Sobrang laki ng Kazakhstan. We can't tell you na parang huwag kayong pumunta ng Kazakhstan ng August or July. Kasi we went August sa Astana. Malamig.
Oo.
Yun.
Parang may one night kami sa
Almaty.
Malamig.
Yun. Pero hindi namin pag sa Turkistan, ang init. So, yun, depende nga siya. So, ang ano talaga is to research. Well, most of the time, yun nga, yung months leading to summer, early months of summer, at saka yung pagpatapos na yung summer, yun yung okay. Ang iwasan nyo is winter. Yun. Especially kung dun kayo sa north. Because remember, Kazakhstan is just south of Siberia. And Astana is the second coldest capital in the world, next to Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia. So the temperature can go as low as...
Wala nyo guys, -40.
Ding 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 ding, -40. Sobrang init sa
Sobrang lamig pag yun yung pinakamababang temperature nila doon. So, ganun lang gawin nyo. Research nyo lang. Parang i-plan nyo na yung mga cities na pupuntahan ninyo. And then, i-check nyo kung ano ba yung mga nila doon. Yung weather nila. pagpupuntahan nyo, kung anong mas kayong mag-decide. Super laki niya. Tapos kung kami tatanungin nyo kung ano ba city na maganda doon and best time, hindi namin masasabi kasi, ayun nga, basta, iba-iba.
Number 6! Getting around. Yeah, so if you're traveling between two major cities, tas sobrang layo, flying pa rin is the best option. So kunyari from Almaty to Astana, ganon. Pero kung like two cities na hindi naman ganun magkalayo, like kunyari Turkistan to Shymkent, merong mga buses, may trains, ganyan. So yun yung option. So pero yung most transportation options, hindi sila nagki-cater to tourists. So merong mga attractions na parang wala talagang option, public transportation option na pwedeng asahan. So kunyari yung mga ruins, oo, walang bus stop doon, walang train station doon. So yung best way to explore kapag ka medyo wala siya sa city center is join a tour organized by a travel agency or kung group kayo, shared taxi.
Shared taxi, yes.
Yun. The good news is, mura lang naman yung taxi doon compared sa ibang cities. Pero yun lang kasi yung option talaga. So, yeah, there's still a lot of things to improve on ang Kazakhstan when it comes to infrastructure. Pero, yun, it will give you an authentic experience. Kasi, yun nga, hindi pa siya touristy, hindi pa siya masyadong dinadayo ng mga tao. Yung tourism sa Kazakhstan, hindi ganun ka laki yung dulot niya sa overall economy. Maasahan nyo na maganda. I mean, like, it's a unique, authentic experience.
So, if you're planning to visit Nur Sultan and Almaty, may mga Grab and Uber version sila doon. Yung i-download nyo na lang yung app, yung Yandex. So, isa siyang app na pwede kayong mag-book ng taxis ninyo para mas madali kayong mag-explore ng city.
Siyempre, mas okay yung pag-group kayo para may kahati kayo. So basically, yung Yandex, para siyang, yung Uber ng Kazakhstan. So dati may Uber daw dati sa Kazakhstan. Tapos,
pero binili ng Yandex.
Mas okay na gumamit na lang ng Yandex kaysa sa taxi talaga. Kasi, syempre, most people doon, hindi sila nakakapag-English din. Kung sanay ka naman sa Uber, alam mo kung paano gamitin yung Yandex.
So, madali yung, parang ano lang, di ba, mag-add ka lang ng location, and then, drop ka nila doon. Okay na. Kesa yung sa taxi, you have to communicate pa kung saan yung destination. Like, explain. Parang yun. Ayun, dami ko sinabi.
Number 7! Budget! The good news is, Kazakhstan is a very cheap destination. Sobrang mura.
Super mura.
Oo. As in, kunyari, at a restaurant, yung 1,000 tenge, may mararating na yun. So, 1,000 tenge is equivalent to
$3 US.
You can buy something with $3, may mararating na yun. But, so for dinner, 3,000 tenge, that's already a good budget.
Yeah.
It's already a big budget, actually. So, yun, you can find a lot of cheap restaurants. So you can find like water or soft drink for 100 to 300 tenge.
Mga tea nila na 100 to 500 tenge.
Tapos yung most attractions naman, if hindi sila free, they charge siguro at most mga 500 tenge. So if you're visiting major cities like Shymkent or Almaty, you can survive with only like $20 per day. Sometimes less. Pero if in more remote cities, yun, even less than $20. Yun. Actually, $20, ano na yun? Malayo na. It can go a long way. Yun. Again, when we went to Turkistan market, we were able to buy...
Basta, bumili ako ng 4 na piraso ng peaches and half kilo ng black grapes. So, yung 4 peaches na yun, binayaran ko is 250 tenge. So that's 35 to 40 pesos. And then yung black grapes na binili namin, binayaran namin siya mga 350 tenge. So pag kinonvert mo yun, mga magkano? $1.
Yun. So imagine $1 for half a kilo of
black grapes.
It's super cheap compared to like the prices of fruits here. So ayun, so that's it for today. I hope you find our Kazakhstan travel tips useful, especially if you're flying to Kazakhstan anytime soon.
Yes.
So if you have more destinations that you want us to cover, just sound off in the comment section below. And
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button and hitting the bell icon for instant notifications para sa aming mga future uploads.
So that's it for this episode of Vince and Josh. See you again next time, and may the ghosts be with you. Yay!
Bye-bye!